Welcome to this eye-popping moment. His gaze is stickered with confidence, especially when riding a horse. That elegant posture looks like he's on a catwalk. Every move seems calculated, with Pence radiating a noble charm like steel, making him utterly irresistible. At just 4, Henry realized that everyone in Britain knew his name, which meant Prince Henry was destined for England. Meanwhile, Alex's eyes were reflecting a touch of sadness. Perhaps it was the pain of Henry not being himself. This evening was their first night, and Pence's gaze was magnetically locked on Henry. Every step was careful, yet their hearts were brimming with joy. The quiet night sky seemed to sing for their fluttering hearts. After Alex returned home, he found the presidential transition was like a long march with pails around every corner. Mom couldn't sit still. She didn't want to be the first female president to fail to get re-elected, and Alex knew Mom had read his campaign speech and it was quite a tearjerker. So she suggested Alex hit up Texas for votes. Alex was full of zeal to boost Mom's approval ratings, while Henry had no idea how much he missed him. He was sleeping just a couple of hours each night, hustling for Mom's campaign like a caffeinated squire. One day, he bumped into his ex at a bar, just as Henry strolled in through the door, surprise lighting up Alex's eyes. They had to sneak back to the room for a hug, and of course, his ex witnessed the whole romantic relay. After a night of sweet romance, they slept so soundly that the press secretary knocked for half an hour before whipping out a spare key. The secretary silently walked into the room, discovering that the noise was coming from the closet, and she was nearly scared out of breath. Right in the crucial transition time for the presidency, Alex was playing with fire, and the hotel cameras were hot on their tail like wolves. Once she regained composure, the secretary quickly told Henry to skedaddle and warned them to avoid poking a hornet's nest. Alex had no plans to hide, and upon returning home, he immediately confessed his relationship with Henry to his mom. Mom was understanding but hoped Ted think about the future. She sure wished she could get a vaccine for this craziness. Mom and Dad suggested Alex invite Henry to their country house for a vacation, like young warriors in a bar full of strangers. He took the stage and performed pop songs, while Alex's heart ached seeing the rare happiness on Henry's face. Once he left the little town, Henry would morph back into that unreachable prince persona. Alex mentioned that if his mother succeeded in being elected, his wish was that Henry could return here for a vacation next year. Henry felt his eyes welling up, and not quite catching what Alex said, he jumped into the lake as if to dilute his inner turmoil. After a bit, he surfaced, ignoring Alex as he paddled toward the shore all by himself. They could be together forever, but only here, free from rigid rules and constraints. He could be his true self. In the dead of night, while Alex was fast asleep, Henry quietly slipped away. For days after, he fought the urge not to reach out. Henry told his sister they broke up, or else it would hurt them even more in the future. If he were not a prince, I'd definitely charge toward love without any worry in the world. But in reality, he was a respected British prince, and if this affair came to light, the royal family would be fodder for everyone's gossip. Facing Henry's coldness, Alex felt like a headless chicken, and his friends suggested it might be better to just ask him directly. It was a snap decision. At the dead of night, Alex flew to London, and upon seeing Henry, he was drenched and utterly broken. Alex could absolutely not tolerate this kind of forced suffering. I'm not a political supporter, and his historical background doesn't have to be linked to me. We should love each other's strengths instead of trying to please others. It's just not possible. Henry took Alex to the state house he frequented as a child, where his dad often brought him at night. Back then, he had the dream of dancing with his love amid the sculptures when he grew up. It was just a pure fantasy, but Alex opened his phone, played a melody, and embraced Henry. Though Henry was bound by royal tradition, his yearning for love never faded. Eventually, he found solace in Alex's bravery. Before parting, Henry gifted Alex a ring emblazoned with the family crest as a token. Alex gave Henry a key to the vacation house, and the ring and key became testaments to their love. However, the next day Henry's email was hacked, and all the correspondence was made public. Major news outlets reported it, and the museum surveillance footage went viral, all in a scramble to prevent the fallout. Alex's situation wasn't great either. Mum was facing an election, and the news could unleash a media storm. After an investigation, they found this was all just a prank from Alex's journalist ex. Alex stepped up to officially announce their relationship, lifting a weight off his heart. After the press conference, he missed Henry terribly and asked the secretary to contact Henry for a call. The moment Henry answered the call, Alex got the sent a half a cute u graph 3/4 y cute I cute let ffb3 a graph a circumflex r let 3ca2 paragraph micro a half a cute amount micro a amount outlet 3 a graph o circumflex r o say bar I cute micro a amount at a amount a graph a circumflex 2 plus or minus Chinese letter a graph o circumflex at a times until the Cyrillic letter 462 o circumflex Chinese letter a cute I graph Chinese letter 3ca smell the sound micro a amount at o graph a amount plus or minus a amount higher perceive the sound heat yearn for constantly planets and 20 y cute micro plus or minus letter 1 0 I u amount u circumflex I amount Cyrillic letter 4v3 I circumflex I cute I amount letter 3 0 sharp hess of the voice he had been yearning for constantly, and a wave of grievance instantly surged over him. After reuniting, they leaned into each other, eyes brimming with endless love, as if the whole world was blessing them. Soon, the king summoned them and hoped they could redirect public opinion elsewhere, claiming it was just a joke between friends. Nonetheless, Henry stood firm, as he had already received your emails. Their love is indeed genuine. Don't worry about your hearts.